NOx by from 0.180 to 0.080, that is almost 40% of what it is. Currently it is 0.025, 0.025, 0.25 to 0.18 to 0.18 to 0.080. That will be in Euro 6. And similarly, particulate matter will be about 0.1. So there is going to be a big jump. And there are certain issues related to in terms of fitment of this thing in terms of DPF, which is some sort of a cylindrically. So our cars, I will talk about it, limited to 4 meters. If your car longer than 4 meters, you have to pay higher excise duties. And so both these equipments fitting simultaneously, there could be some challenge experienced by auto manufacturers. We have talked about it, everybody is aware of it, that how it causes health and environmental effects worldwide. Of course, still the debate goes on. When we were, no emission norms for us, BS1 was not even introduced, we talked of air pollution. Now we have already moved to Euro 4, still the debate goes on. Maybe because one of the reasons could be attributed to the density of the vehicles has gone up. I've lived most of the time in city of Mumbai, and also I've traveled, I worked all over India. But the density of vehicle population, almost every city has increased substantially, which is cumulative, although their emissions quality has improved substantially because of use of Euro 4 and Euro 3 fuels. But because of the sheer density, the cumulative effect is being experienced or it is being felt. And I would also relate it to the bad urban planning, which is also adding in a big way. For instance, I lived in Tokyo for a long time, and I find that Tokyo's population is 3.75 crore. And there are much more vehicles than city of Mumbai or Delhi. I don't know about Delhi, but Mumbai has got much more. Still, the city's environment looks so clean. Is it because they have gone to Euro 5 and Euro 6? Or it is because of other factors also? I think one of the major factors is excellent urban planning, excellent transport infrastructure, emphasis on public transport. I think this area, if you don't address, then even if we move to Euro 6 or to Euro 7, I think things is not going to improve. You are aware of phasing of the old vehicles and how the old vehicles in city of Bombay and Delhi, other metros, anything above 8, you have to move over to CNG or green fuels. This is just a schematic diagram which shows that what are the challenges you are going to face when you upgrade from BS4 to BS6 in terms of installing the DPF, which is going to reduce the particulate, and also SCR, that is selective catalyst reduction equipment, which will reduce the NOx. So there are certain mechanical challenges. Perhaps I'm very confident these will be overcome by our auto manufacturers. When there is a directive, even when we were implementing Euro 4, when the directive came from Supreme Court, we were always wondering how we are going to do it, but ultimately oil industry did it. So this time also I think these challenges would be there, and we will be able to overcome. And of course, this I have already talked about upgradation to what are the challenges which we are going to have, about the mechanical challenges in the automobile, and also there will be extra expenditure in terms of changing the vehicle, etc. All these issues will crop up, which we'll have to address. Upgrade the refining process. Already, I think the refineries have been sensitized in whichever refineries have been interacting. Before I superannuated from Bharat Petroleum, there is always sensitization has taken place within the refinery group, and they are working towards it. Like BPCL has already, you can easily make now Euro 4 compliant gasoline, and they are already planning to quickly move to Euro 6 also, and so many other refineries must be working on it. There's a huge expenditure required, and I'm sure they will come up to it. Even when during Euro 4, when we were down in terms of our financials, and all of us had a very shaky balance sheet, still today the gasoline is decontrolled. That time gasoline prices were controlled by the government. So we are better equipped to face these challenges. Only one thing we have to address, whether do we need to go to Euro 6 even in smaller towns? I mean, is Euro 4 standards not enough for them? I think this we need to address, whether really we need to be going to, which has to be debated, discussed, whether we need to spend so much of money in moving to Euro 6. I mean, this all what will take place in terms of engine upgrades, particulate filters, I talked about, lots of sensors, lot of electronics. I think these are very possible. Today we in London, they are already trying. Google has invested hugely in billions of dollars in developing a car, a computer controlled car where there is no driver. I think this will become a reality very shortly. So these are some very basics electronics which should not be worrisome for us. And these are some mechanical issues which I talked about in terms of fitting that DPF unit and also the SAR unit. So 4 meters length. So maybe some regulatory in terms of excise duty relaxation and all I will have to do about it. Since I have talked about it. And what are this again? We have to arrange for the finance. We have to plan for the finances. And also some of these vehicle owners would perhaps get affected by it. So some mechanism will have to find to alleviate the hardships of the vehicle owners, which perhaps may fall through. And more green fuel stations need to be there if you have to focus on environment. There are more CNG stations, more LPG stations, and one very important aspect is in terms of moving products by pipeline. Today we are 35 to 45% movement is taken by pipelines. In countries, developed countries, it is almost 80%. Even like India has about 35,000 kilometers, 35 or 40, or if you add. But in a country like Mexico, there are 50,000 kilometers of pipeline, and US there is a 1 million kilometer of pipeline. So we need to accelerate the process of laying pipelines. The process is quite slow. It takes, suppose I conceive a pipeline, it takes 5 years. So this perhaps is most efficient way, most efficient logistics, plus also in terms of preventing or reducing environmental pollution. This is the best way of moving products and decongesting the roads. And also some suggestion like City of Bombay, how they can align roads so that traffic moves continuously smoothly. There are so many new highways are coming up, new flyovers are coming, but the entire stretch is not smooth. There are so many bottlenecks. What this IIT study said, no, 4 kilometers. I think Bombay it would be much worse in terms of, I think they should do a study in Bombay, okay, what is the average speed most of the time. So thank you very much for my presentation. Thank you.